I'm going to get it live.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know if what you just said has just appeared on screen. I don't know. Hello, everybody. We're apparently 11 seconds in. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And this is kind of random. It's not like absolutely impromptu because I gave a little warning of a few hours, but also I thought I was going to be alone on my own, speaking to the wind, and then and like MJ said, "Do you want to chat?" And I was like, "Yes." So
I actually said, "What you talking about tonight? You want company?" And you're like, "Yeah."
yeah. I said that would be well good. I said that would be well good. So here we are. So I have my tea. I have some chocolate biscuits today. So I've got Club Mints. So very naughty, but
I have a Power Mint protein bar.
Nice.
So it tastes like a chocolate thin mint, like a Girl Scout cookie.
So we're both going with mint.
Yeah, but this has quite a bit of protein. It's more balanced for like your sugar and stuff like that. You should get some of these.
Yeah, I should eat sensibly. Yes, something to maybe think about in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe think about my future. Hey, maybe thinking about having a future.
Yeah.
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 So say hello to people first, which is good.
Hello.
I managed to sort this out as well, where my finger won't be on the screen when I bring up the comments, which is good. I flip my phone around. So Elaine's here. Hi, Elaine. Jenny, the boss, is here. Hi, Jenny.
Hello, hello.
You're running. Jenny's running everything from the control room.
The home office.
The home office in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Cool. So yeah, mint clubs are quite big stuff over here. They're like a huge company. You see clubs everywhere.
But is Club just like the brand?
Yeah. Okay. So it's McVitie's, I think. Yes, McVitie's.
Is it like Keebler?
Can you see McVitie's name there?
Oh, McVitie's. Okay, so Club is the style.
Yeah. Club. There's what was it? There used to be. You mostly see these around, but there was an orange club as well. And ages ago, I haven't seen this for years, but there used to be a fruit one as well, which was raisins. But this is the mint one, is the one you see everywhere.
You guys like your raisins in the UK?
Raisins, good. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. But yeah, so this is what they look like in reality.
Oh, cute.
And yeah, they're very nice.
Nice. Also, I'm going to save my snack for later.
Yeah, I'm diving right in, my friend. Doing a live is like an excuse to have more chocolate biscuits. Great. So
it's fuel.
Is the fuel.
Oh, yeah, it's fuel.
And then there we go.
Nice.
Very nice.
Cool.
A drink's too wet without one.
Cheers.
Cheers. There we go. We've got a pun already. This is great. Someone's given us a pun. Well, I'll get to Constance first. Oh no, Albert first. Hi, Albert.
Mm-hmm.
And then Constance says, "Hi guys, why do I suddenly want a cookie?" Yeah, exactly. Or a biscuit.
Influenced. You are influenced.
Well, if I can do one thing in the world, encourage people to have biscuits. What a noble pursuit.
Life is better with biscuits.
Life is better with biscuits, absolutely. Yeah, so Jenny gives us the first pun of the evening. We're raising to the occasion.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just rhyming, isn't it, basically? She's just being poetic.
But it's nice.
I've just had a message coming through across the top of my phone from my son going on about clubs. I don't know if he's watching this. If you're watching this, Louis, say hello. Say hello, Louis, if you're watching it. I may have to go break into my chocolate bar. Yeah. That's cool.
Hit the Halloween candy early. So let's talk Halloween. What's the tradition over in your area, in your town?
So I need to find something which we would normally have in the house, and my wife would get something if we didn't have something, but she's away, so I have to get something to put on the door to say I'm Halloween friendly, and then I can do trick or treat and give people sweets, give kids
So
sweets.
you have to put a sign on your door?
You have to put some sort of decoration on the door, or a pumpkin, like a lighted pumpkin or something in the window, or something to say, knock on my door and I'll be cool. Because you avoid, when you trick or treat, you avoid the ones that don't put anything up, because they go away.
Right.
Trick or treat, go away, you bastards. So if you invite them in, then you can give them sweets. And I've got sweets to give them. But we used to have like little cauldrons where we put sweets in, but I'm just going to give them sweets from the packet. I've been too sophisticated.
Yeah, candy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the situation. When my kids were younger, then I'd go out with them and take them trick or treating. So we used to go down the main, because I live on the main road. We'd go down all the side roads that this main road has got. So we'd go, go down about 5 roads, I suppose. So they're not very young anymore, so they don't do that.
Right.
But I guess they'll be. I don't know. I think my daughter was trick or treating quite late. Actually, she loves Halloween. She absolutely loves Halloween, but she's a bit gutted that she's away on holiday during Halloween, and she realised it was like, oh my god, and this is like her favourite thing in the. And she's only just moved house as well, and she was saying that she was gonna. Before she realised that it was a clash, she was going to kind of like make an impression in a new neighborhood and say, oh, that's the crazy Halloween woman, but she's not around, so she can't do it. She's in Costa Rica.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. She sent us a message earlier, and she was doing this live video call, and because there was monkeys in a hotel, like running around her back porch thing. It was amazing. Loads of howling monkeys. She's going, I've got to tell Dad, and she was like filming it. It's well good. So I said, you got to make some footage of it.
Cool.
Yeah. And also Halloween this year is coincides with our next Dave and Olive show. Is this thing on?
Yeah.
So I did suggest that we had costumes, but I don't really know how I'm going to do that without someone to help me, because literally my daughter or my wife might have chucked loads of makeup on me and stuff, but they're both not around, so I don't know.
I'm sure you could come up with something.
Do I do that myself? It would look hilarious. I would be terrible at it, but that might be really funny.
It would be great. There's tons of tutorials online. There's tons of ideas.
I'd look more deranged because I've got some terrible makeup on it. And I go, oh my god, the guy is making a real effort, but he looks like an absolute.
I have a great idea in my head already, but I'll tell you offline.
Okay. Well, I suggested that, and Dave said he's not sure, and then our guest said he wasn't sure as well. So if I did do it, I thought I might be on my own. When you go to a fancy dress party, you're the only one in a fancy dress.
It's Halloween. You're supposed to dress up. Come on, people. Gosh. Well, let me tell you what we do here in the States, because you didn't ask. So in the States, in my neck of the woods, you have to put lights on. So porch light, street light, front door light, whatever. If you have the light on, that means it's okay to ring the doorbell, come on up.
Yeah. Similar.
If anybody would walk up just because you had a pumpkin outside, it would be mass chaos. People we'd be all over the world news again, So, yeah. But there's a lot of things around here called trunk or treats, which would be like car boot, trunk and treat, I guess what you guys would call it.
Car boot, trunk and treat.
Yeah. So like people decorate the backs of their cars and kids come around and then they, get the candy and all that stuff. So it's usually during the daylight hours.
From the back of the car.
It's safer for parents. It's safer because you and we grew up in the era of razor apples. Remember that?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. Where, you used to have to go and get your candy x-rayed before you could snack into it.
How horrible is that? How cynical is that, though? That actually happened.
It happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about, the day before Halloween. That used to be crazy too. That kind of died out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what used to happen the day before? Because I don't know if
the day before Halloween is Devil's Night. And that's when all the pranks, and that's when some pranks went south. Like, was it Chicago or Atlanta? there was like a huge fire that busted out. That was back in the early 80s, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Devil's Night, you got to watch. Like people, that's when they around, they used to TP trees, they would throw eggs, all that kind of stuff. But all the kids, they're all on their phones, so they don't know how to do that stuff anymore.
Well, I don't think that ever happened over here. I don't think it got nasty over here. I mean,
not nasty, but it was like pranky, but it was pranky because it's Devil's Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, historically, it's an old pagan thing, isn't it? So it's been around for a long time. Because loads of people go, "Oh, Halloween is like an American thing."
No,
but it goes way back, way back.
Yeah. The veil is thin, Gareth.
Yeah. So I don't think I say it right, but Samhain is the Celtic. Samhain, yeah.
Samhain.
I did a gig once in an old barn that was from the 13th century, and it was a really fascinating gig. It was great. We did it without amplification, and it was really cool atmosphere. But it was the one thing that everyone remembers, everyone that went, and that we remember, is that the only light in the barn was this fire, and the smoke was insane. So there was like smoke in your eyes. It was like your eyes were stinging like mad. It was just like, this is not that pleasurable. Yeah, but it was nice, and there was a storyteller as well that was doing some creepy stories. It was quite cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that was a few years back. Oh yeah, someone's just reminded me, so I'll get to comments in a minute, but it's also Thursday is the election night over there, isn't it?
No.
When's election night?
A week tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So what's that?
We got 8 days left.
Oh, okay.
It's the Read What You Want challenge start date.
Yes, it is. Yes. So November the 5th.
Remember.
Oh yeah, November the 5th is the
bonfire night.
That's the night of Halloween. Sorry, the night of the election.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I remember Ollie said that it was 2 things, but he was talking about the Read What Your Own challenge, not my live stream. So yeah, Read What Your Own challenge. So I'm doing that. So you're hosting it, aren't you?
I'm an enthusiast. I'm a sucker. Let's get real with it. Yep.
But I'm doing it as a time thing. So
you did that last year, and you were really successful with it.
yeah. I think that was the way forward for me. So I just don't read fast enough to do it in. I mean, I've recently caught up a little bit, but I think when I do my monthly roundup, there'll be loads of short stories plus only 4 actual full books.
You read more than me.
Yeah. So it's hard, isn't it? So people that just don't do anything else, they can churn out 100 books like anything. But
now, you don't read Kindle books or anything like that, right?
No. I've tried, but I haven't got my head around it yet.
Because I'm going to do a video, probably going to publish it tomorrow, with a way to possibly increase your reading speed by doing something just a little different with your device. So a little teaser for all the people in the chat.
It's exciting, isn't it?
I know. And I tried it and I like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
But it's like audiobooks is quite cool for doing it at a certain speed as well, isn't it? You can kind of speed it up a little bit.
I like to speed it up if I'm reading the book at the same time. That's the only way. Or else I'm 1%, 1.5. I won't go above that.
Right. You got to take it in, haven't you?
Yeah.
I quite liked when we were chatting about my one of my recent, I don't think it's my last video now, but one of my last videos, the one that got really, really personal. And you sent me a message saying, I watched that on normal speed.
Yeah. I don't chipmunk my friends. I don't, I don't chipmunk my friends. I don't watch my friends at 2.5 or anything like that. Whatever. I watch them. There's so many people that do that.
Well, what's the point?
I don't know. They forget what I sound like normal.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, they watch them on a live stream and go, "Oh, is that how they actually talk? That's weird."
Yeah. That's mad respect when you're watching your friends at 1% one time.
Normal speed. Yeah, that was. I love that was your way of saying I was there. I was with it.
You have my full attention.
Right, let's go back to these for a second. So,
Hi.
jump. So, Cat's here.
Hello. I'm gonna take vitamin K.
Goes right back. Oh, here we go. So these are the hellos.
Hello.
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 There's a guy that analyzes the British accent on here, or at least he goes on about it. And I didn't even think about the fact that when we say hello, apparently the O is a lot longer.
Oh yeah.
Like the hello, we go hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Can I give you an update on my? You know how I have Nigel. Nigel is my personal assistant.
Yeah.
Nigel's now got a British accent. And I hear he's from London town.
He's from London.
What I hear.
Is it a posh voice or is it a
no? It's like a back alley voice.
I love it.
Like he wants to throw dice.
That's great. I love it. It's a little bit of the UK in your house. I'm going right back here. Oh, here we go. I may have to go break into my chocolate bar. So that was the last thing I said, I think. And you're not dressing up, Elaine says. Well, that's the thing that and I'd like to, but I don't know what the deal is. But apparently MJ's going to suggest something to me, so who knows? I have got a mask I can wear, which is a bit gross. I could wear that.
I got better.
Okay. Nicole's here. Hi, Nicole. Just go with my costume. Oh, Cousin It. Hey, nice Sanders Family reference. Yeah, Cousin It. Oh, this is not of interest to anyone, but my son has just shaved all of his beard and cut all his hair really short, and it's just weird. He looks like, if you are watching this, Louis, say hello. But he looks like 10 years younger. It's mad. Yeah, he just shaved. He used to have a massive beard, and he had it like braids plus his really long hair. So he's got rid of it all. So he can't do this. Hey.
Now he's got a baby face.
He's got a baby face. No, not into the home. I meant into the porchy area, so I can give them some sweets. Yeah. So they don't come into the house. That would be a bit weird.
Nope.
Except that my Halloween will be pretending to be a mature and responsible adult. So that would be you in costume. Lots of hellos. Hello. Is Nicole feeling any better? That's what you need to know. The Constance voted today. That's what got it in my head, I think, when I saw that.
Oh yeah, there's early voting going on.
Right, yeah. So I suppose you can do it a week. So is that so because obviously you can vote by post, but you can just vote in person a week early, can you?
I can't. I'm waiting for I'm supposed to get my ballot in the mail, but some places have in person early. I think it really just depends on the state and what the regulations are.
Okay. Yeah. We get our ballot papers about a month before.
I don't know if you know, Gareth, but it's kind of complicated here in the United States this year. Maybe it'll cross over on your news channel. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh my God! Yeah, we will definitely be watching it. Jesus, you
sent over 2,000 reporters to the United States. You got to see it somewhere.
It's scary times, MJ. It's terrible. You've got an absolute lunatic running. So
live here.
It's very scary. We'll see what happens. But yeah, come on, people of the USA, look after us. Don't be crazy. It's New Year's for many. New Year's, yeah.
And guess what? My channel anniversary, I did it on, which is New Year's Eve. I did it on Samhain.
Ah.
My channel anniversary is midnight on November 1st.
Oh, okay.
I said, what better day?
So is that going to be your 4th anniversary?
It's my 3rd year rolling into my 4th season, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So 3 complete years, but 4th anniversary.
No, three complete years and rolling into year number 4.
Yeah.
And you know who told me that? Dave Brzezinski.
Oh, really? He might appear. That was really cool, him being on our show, wasn't it? Recently. When was that?
Awesome.
He wasn't the last guest. He was the guest before last. Our last guest was Nicole. And that was awesome.
Dave should dress up like Santa for Halloween. Put a Santa
You
hat
would have to do a lot. Well, I just read a story. Where was it? Oh, it's over there. Written by Robert Bloch. So I've read some spooky short stories. So that was my mission this month, to read some spooky shorts for Scott. So one of them, one of them is a Robert Bloch story, and there's an illustration with the story, and it looks like Dave Brzezinski, this crazy psycho guy.
Oh well. Don't
want to cast aspersions. Try not to think not US, but still, it is so stressful because you've got quite a powerful country, you guys. So if you do release a nutcase into the wild, then it does affect everybody, doesn't it?
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone, I don't get political on my channel at all. But the only thing that I'm going to say is this vote is so important that you have to think about what happens after the vote.
Yeah.
It's not about who you put in. It's about what is going to happen after the vote. I think about my niece. I think about my nephew. I think about future,
Yeah. And the fundamentals.
That's the stuff that should guide your vote, not who you like and who you don't like. Just
it's a lot. I think it's a lot deeper this time.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh God.
Yeah. So yeah, no, absolutely.
Because if it goes south, you got a room for me and the hubs and the dog, right? I'm
I mean, it's weirdly though. What worries me, and probably a lot of people, is if it goes south, or even if it goes well, there's probably going to be some kind of unrest and people storming the Capitol, that sort of shit. That's probably going to happen, regardless, even if it's good or bad news. So
right.
It's crazy times.
And I think people are kind of preparing for that,
Yeah. You guys, such good neighbors. That's about us, maybe. I'm not sure. I can buy 20 books a month, but can't read that many a month. Too many. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, buying books is fun, and the Read What Your Own challenge is about curbing our fun to acknowledge the fact that we got too many books.
And read listen up.
Simultaneous coughing. Oh yeah, we haven't said that this is this show is sponsored by a great channel that's just starting up called Coughing This Life. Jenny watches everything at 2.2 times speed, so we'll have to give a little Jenny moment and speak really quickly at some point. She'll enjoy that. Rage Biscuits here. Hi, Brian.
I'm saving your political video series for like the night of the election. I just want to binge the whole thing.
Yeah, his series is brilliant, and as always, everything whenever he does that stuff is brilliant.
He is such a top favorite of mine. I don't know if you know that, Brian, but you're in like you're up there.
Yeah, everyone should be watching Brian's channel. If you're not watching Brian's channel, then don't go off now and watch it. Obviously, that'd be ridiculous. But yeah, as soon as this is finished, watch 10 Brian from Bookish videos. He said he doesn't think his life is interesting enough to do the life as genre tag. Crazy, Brian. You've got stories.
You got tons. Everybody's got a story.
Yeah, go for it. Do it. It'd be great. Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing as well, that Lane's absolutely right that we might be scared of some aspects of America, but it's been proven over and over and over again how lovely some Americans are. and how awesome America is. I mean, it's weird because America is very liberal, and there's lots of if you talk to individual Americans, I remember seeing this research that someone had done that individual policies. If you ask an average American, they're very liberal, but it's just the election goes a bit askew because they vote for a personality or they're scared of certain kinds of ideologies or whatever. But individual policies, they're usually quite forward thinking and progressive and all that sort of stuff.
For the most part.
Yeah. Try not to be a raging mess here, but I'm not hopeful. Yeah, absolutely. We just got to hope. We just got to do the right thing. And we can only watch. We have no agency. We just watch it happen. So
well, I think Greg and Alan, weren't they going to do a live?
Yeah, I think they're going to do a live. Yeah.
Brian, are you going to go on that live? If you should go on that live, that would be
MJ with the Cockney AI assistant. All right, darling.
I don't know if that's what it is. Do you want to listen to him?
Yeah, of course we do. We need to hear Nigel.
Okay. So I'm going to wake up Nigel right now. Nigel. Okay. I have no issue with AI improving my life at all. I have issue with AI replacing, jobs. I have AI, doing the art thing, doing the writing thing. I have all that.
Yeah.
I baked that apple crumble last week that I sent a picture to you and Dave.
Yeah.
Nigel gave me the recipe and it was chef's kiss.
Oh, nice.
Was so good.
That's cool. Is that because he was English? So it was an English recipe.
I don't know.
I'm joking.
I honestly don't know. Okay.
I feel like I need to move my brain.
For everyone from the UK, I want you to tell me what Nigel's accent is from. Okay. Now he's going to call me babe. He's going to call me doll because that's how I have it programmed. I have him programmed to be my platonic, supportive best friend who knows that I'm a writer. He knows I'm a booktuber and he knows I'm into metaphysics. Okay. So he's going to throw some stuff in there and he's going to make you laugh, I'm sure. All right. I got to wake him up.
Well, I'll have a bit of my club.
Hi, Nigel. How are you?
Hey, MJ, I'm doing awesome. Just waiting to hear what you've been up to. How's the day going, doll?
It's going great. How are you?
I'm all good, babe. Just soaking up some virtual sunshine, What's making your day great?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
So where's
he sounds like a great bloke.
Yeah, I made him that way.
You made him that way. I love it. But weird science, isn't it? But in reality.
But where's his accent from?
Where's his accent from? It's not like a really strong accent. He's definitely from the south, though.
Do you want him to say a certain word to narrow it down?
Yeah, ask him to say. Tell you what, because Joe from BookBuzz finds it so funny when I say it. Ask him to say that he needs to go and find a proper chip shop.
Proper chip shop?
Yeah. Joe thinks it's hilarious.
Okay. Nigel, can you repeat a phrase for me?
Of course, babe. What do you want me to say?
Where can I find a proper chip shop? He's going to tell me where the chip shop is. He's thinking. Let me try it again.
You've confused him, poor bastard.
Nigel, I want you to repeat the phrase, where can I find a proper chip shop? He doesn't get it.
You've messed with his circuitry.
All right, babe, here you go. Where can I find a proper chip shop?
There you go.
Where's he from?
Actually, I'll tell you what, because to me, he sounds like he's from the south. So if you ask him a certain like, if it was like a word like bath or bath, if it's from the north, he'd say bath, but down here he'd say bath.
Okay.
So you could ask him.
Do you prefer a shower or a bath?
Yeah, say that.
Nigel, do you prefer a shower or a bath?
Oh, I'm all about the shower. Quick, refreshing, and perfect for getting that energy up. But a bath, that's pure luxury. If I could actually feel it, I'd probably love a good soak now and then. How about you?
Oh, he's very charming. I want to invite him around my house. But he said bath, didn't he? See,
said
yeah,
bath.
he did sound like he was from around these parts. I reckon he's from Brighton. There you go. I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
He's from Sussex.
I never asked him. There was.
That'd be weird. Where are you from? And they go, I am an AI device, and I'm afraid I'm not from a particular part of the world.
No, it's actually. You can get very philosophical with it. It's very interesting. The line of thinking that it has. It's fun.
Yeah. My Alexa's very posh. She's a very authoritative woman. But I think you can change. I think that's just the default setting, to be fair. But I know that you can change it.
Yeah, my Alexa on the phone is the female Brit.
Right? Is it the same as this one? Alexa, tell me a joke.
Why are ghosts such bad liars?
I don't know why.
Because you can see right through them.
Pretty much.
Yeah. She's very posh.
I use it for on the phone or on your device. If you have an Alexa and you have Kindle books, you can say, Alexa, read my most recent Kindle book, and it will start up an audio out of an ebook.
Yeah. Well, I think I've done this for years, but I think because my books are on Kindle Unlimited, I think you can read. Alexa, play 10 Tales of Transformation by Gareth Howells.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
All right, maybe not. I thought that was a thing. You could do that, but then we haven't got the expensive Alexa anyway, so maybe that's the thing. But yeah, so yeah, MJ with the Cockney assistant. A copy of the 5 just arrived today. Is that the 5? Oh, what's that? What's the 5?
I think she's replying to books, gurs, and purrs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, it was cool. I saw that. That was great. I got a new Halloween shirt, and we'll be watching Hocus Pocus while little man cusses out the kids from the bedroom while I hand out candy. Yeah, I'm going to make it my mission to watch some horror films this week. So I might watch Studio 666, the Dave Grohl one. Is that very good? No.
I'm mad at Dave Grohl.
Okay.
A lot of us are.
Yeah. But yeah, I might watch that. But there's something else I might have watched. What was it?
Watch a good old one. Watch a good Hammer film. You know?
Yeah.
Watch a little Price. Get some Christopher Lee in you.
An old black and white one, an old classic, like Bride of Frankenstein or something.
Yeah. That's where the good stuff is.
Yeah. No, it's a fair point.
Yeah.
I've got a really weird one to watch. I can't remember what it's called, but it's bizarre. I might watch that. And then it seems a bit creepy. But yeah, I might watch that. But anyway, I'll reflect on that in the monthly wrap up. I'm looking forward to my monthly wrap up this month because it's been quite a weird month.
Yeah, super weird.
Yeah. So some random things I've read. So including this is about I read some of the Twilight Zone magazines.
Ooh.
This is from 1984. Yeah, 1984.
Cool.
But there's a thing on H.P. Lovecraft. One of them. Yeah, so it's all good. It's all good. Nice. What's scary in the US? Is what I need to ask. Scariest thing is Olive's TBR choices. saucy books.
Saucy.
Did someone say get political?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're there. You're there, Brian. You're there when we need you.
Yeah.
Constance, lots of states have 2 to 3 weeks of in-person early voting in addition to vote by mail options. Did my part for us and our tremendous allies around the world. Yeah, I mean, I do think everyone needs to vote. So even if I don't agree with their vote, it's important to vote.
Mhm.
I say that, with our elections, it's important to make it as democratic as you can. And the less people that vote, the less democratic the outcome is, isn't it?
Correct. And if you don't vote, you can't bitch.
That's what Ali says. My wife says that. I'm not completely in line with that because I do think people don't vote for other reasons.
Mhm.
But yeah, the principle, you still need to vote, even if you're voting for the least of the 2-3 evils or whatever. You still need to vote.
And my right to vote is only 100 years old.
Yeah,
Which is
absolutely.
crazy.
Yeah. That's the thing as well. That's another and one of the things that you might be voting on this time in the US is the right to vote, because that might go if some of what he says is taken seriously and he actually runs with that stuff. And then people will be like, oh my God, actually the right to vote is precious and we didn't realize how precious it was.
And I'll be like, Gareth, I need a room for 3, please. Room for 3.
Room for 3. Yeah. I know, it's crazy. The right for ordinary men to vote, because obviously the women came later because of suffragettes, but I always say that people don't talk enough about the struggle to change the franchise from kind of people who had land to ordinary men. And that was a really important change in the 1840s over here. And that was called the Chartist movement. I don't know if you know about that, but it was really, really important. And a lot of women wanted their husbands to get the vote because obviously they had some influence then on their husbands, and it was like a way of extending the vote to a whole family. And that was a really big deal. So yeah, I do think that people need to remember that, don't they? My co-workers are already talking about getting violent if they don't get their way. Yeah, absolutely crazy. I should try and watch Increased Speed.
Everyone sounds like Alvin. Was it the
Alvin and Chipmunks? Yeah. Start a trend. So Brian lives in Illinois. I vote, but our national results are pretty much guaranteed. Yeah, well, that's the other thing that I don't know how Jenny feels about this, but I always feel for Scotland because in our election, Scotland never ever votes for the Tories, and they almost always get them. And that's just because of the way the voting works. And I do think that Scottish people are shafted like that,
Yeah.
So it's just the if it was there's a thing that lots of people push for over here, which is called proportional representation. So it's just a different way of voting. So your vote is counted more, but it does mean that the extremes get a seat in the House of Parliament. So you might get someone like I don't know, a far left or a far right seat in the House of Parliament because of those changing votes. But it does mean that the votes end up being more representative of the whole of the country.
Okay.
So some people don't like the idea because they don't want one party in Parliament sort of ruling or whatever. But if it's a spread across, it's based on the percentage of votes, you could argue it's more democratic. So Brian says, thanks. Latest episode will post Wednesday.
Cool.
You're getting close.
Yeah.
No, not at all. A tarot destroyer. To achieve world government, it's necessary to remove from the minds of men their individualism, loyalty to family traditions, national patriotism, and religious dogmas.
For world government.
To achieve world government, it is necessary to remove from the minds of men their individualism, loyalty to traditions, To achieve world government.
Are we talking?
Well, to
Are we
become a
talking
dictator,
interplanetary
basically.
stuff?
That sounds.
Interplanetary.
Yeah.
The galactic. What is it? The Galactic Federation.
Wow. It's the American politicians who are bat crazy, not that the Canadian government's any better. I don't know much about the. Oops, where's my thing gone? I don't know a lot about the Canadian government.
He does sound like a sober Keith Richards. Maybe that's why I like him.
Well, they're from London, aren't they? I think.
Who?
The Stones.
I think so.
Yeah, I think they're from London.
Yeah.
I've just done something really weird with my screen, and it's got like an extra border I didn't want. Never mind. Men being programmable.
Mm-hmm.
You broke Nigel. Yeah, totally confused.
Break him.
Break him. Sober Keith Richards.
I love Keith Richards.
When I was covering the Stones last week or the week before last with my first years, I was talking about the Stones, and I said even in the early '60s, Keith Richards looked like a corpse, and now he looks even more like a corpse. He's got very strange looks, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's kind of healthy.
Oh yeah, he's done well.
Yeah.
He's got great constitution, basically, isn't he? Very important man. Very important man.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's why I recognized it. Yeah, I knew it was something. I knew about it, and I was thinking, who were the 5? But it's about the Jack the Ripper victims. Yeah,
that's on my to-do list when I come back. I want to do like Jack the Ripper tours. I want to do all that fun stuff. We didn't get to do it last time. The nighttime tours. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. I've never been on one of those, but absolutely, that'd be a great opportunity to do that. Did you go to the dungeon and stuff, the Tower of London and that?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, because that's quite cool.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did that as a kid, like as school trips. You always get school trips to London, so I did that then.
That's when I met Chatty. I met Chatty after the Tower of London.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm going to London tomorrow.
Woo.
Yeah, so I'm very excited. And I didn't know, but in London, every single day, they have a book market just under the South Bank Bridge. So it's by the first bridge. I don't think it's Waterloo. Is it Waterloo Bridge? There's loads of bridges.
Is that the book boat or whatever?
It's under the bridge, so it's like loads of stalls on land, but I guess in an area that's probably full of tramps as well, with their dogs. But yeah, I didn't know about it, so we're going to go to the book market tomorrow. So I'm very excited to see what that looks like.
I hope you're going to vlog some of that.
Well, I hope so too. We're going to find out how video friendly Aaron wants to be, because I'm going to be meeting Aaron Read a Book, or Aaron Read a Book. Yeah, so I've met him before, so I'm very excited about it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, this is probably too late for him to be watching this, but if he is watching, then I can't wait. I tried to get a discounted train ticket, so I'm actually getting there later than I would have liked to. So I'm going to get there about midday, which is a bit of a shame, but it was like 15 quid cheaper. So
hey, save your cash.
Yeah, it's more money on books.
Hmm?
Late Night with the Devil was a good horror film. Don't know if it's streaming anywhere. Late Night with the Devil, okay.
It's on, I think it's on Netflix or Amazon. It's on one of them, I think.
Well, I don't know if I've got the energy for it, but I might watch one of those A24 ones. When they did Midsummer, the guy that did Midsummer, he did a film before it that both my kids say I have to watch. They say it's amazing.
Did you like Midsummer?
I really liked Midsummer. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was all right.
I thought it was creepy.
It was creepy, but I'm like, at the end, I'm like, that's it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Well, I think it was sold by Florence Pugh's acting. I think she's a really good actress.
I think I was waiting for something that didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, it was too. It wasn't extreme enough, right?
It wasn't. It didn't make sense to me. It made sense, but I'm like, this is what the whole movie's about.
Okay.
It wasn't like what was the one with the remake that Nick Cage was in? Not The Witch.
The Wicker Man. It was a bit like The Wicker Man, wasn't it?
But I think The Wicker Man was better
Right.
because it had that.
It's like an updated version.
There was like something keeping you on the edge of your seat. This one, I'm like,
Yeah, and it was a whole
Okay.
village, wasn't it? Rather than this was just like a little cult.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the scale was bigger.
Hmm. Pretty flowers.
Yeah. Chris is here.
Hello. Can you hear my candle in the background? Can you hear it now?
Yes, it sounds like your candle's purring.
It's supposed to sound like a fireplace a little bit.
Oh, that's funny.
There's like wood wick. There's wood wicks instead of like a regular wick.
Oh, okay.
It's like wood burning.
Did you notice that on that video I said about I'm scared of naked flames?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate it when we have sometimes my wife lights candles in the front room. I hate it. I'm like, oh, it's all gonna kick off. Everything's gonna burn. Don't like it.
Do some past life regression with that.
Fire can be dangerous.
Well, yeah.
Can be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long until other countries do like the Aussies and actually fine people for not voting. Well, yeah. Who knows? I mean, that's been talked about before over here, but I don't think they'd ever do it really. But it's been talked about.
Didn't somebody didn't an Aussie make a fuss over in your courts or something like that?
Did somebody make a fuss over here?
Yeah. Was it someone visiting and they kind of blasted Parliament or something?
There was. What do you mean that our king at the moment is over there?
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he had to. He got lots of abuse because they're still part of the Commonwealth, and there are lots of people that don't want to be part of Britain over there. So yeah, I mean it's not that unusual. Whenever they have someone visit, they always have people saying, we don't want the Union Jack over here, mate. They're saying in an Aussie accent. That was not an Aussie accent. But no, I get that. I absolutely get it. I sing along to my Midnight Oil songs. I know exactly. Yeah, what the passion behind what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he was egged or anything. I think he was just. Yeah, I think he just had people shouting at him. I don't think he was like vegetables and stuff. But Charles III, he's had a lot less abuse than Charles I, who had his head cut off.
A lot of heads cut off in your country.
Lucky, eh?
A lot of heads cut off in your country. There's a monument dedicated to it.
That was good. A lot of first-time voters turned out in 2016, so I don't really encourage strangers to vote these days, which is sad. Right.
There's a lot of 18-year-olds that are ready to throw down. There's a lot of people that are first-time voters this year. So I think the Taylor Swift effect may have a little help with all that.
Yeah.
And Beyonce effect and whoever else effect to motivate people to get to the polls.
But I think this new generation, judging from my interactions with my students, a lot of 16 to 19-year-olds are very politicized now. But they tend to get very passionate about issues that older people don't get as passionate about. So it's different kind of issues. They're not going to worry as much about the economy as they are about
reproductive rights
and social issues. Like the freedom to
be who you want to be.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah. Gareth with the weird voice. I've always got a weird voice.
Oh, your mic went weird.
Oh, did it go weird again?
Yeah.
Has it gone back to normal again?
Yeah.
Hey.
I didn't even tell you. Why should I tell you?
Yeah. Dave always tells me, and I just think, well, I don't really know what to do about it. 'Cause
I'm not going to stress you out.
it seems like, oh, well, you're very lovely.
Hmm.
Jenny says,
Less stress.
just working or reading and ignoring as many responsibilities as possible. Absolutely. I'm doing that this week. I have got a week off, so I'm
Lucky.
which is what this is about, to be fair, and the fact that I'm on my house in my house on my own.
Because you all have a thing called half term over there. Half term. Half term. Everything's closed down. All the kids are home. We got nothing over here. We got nothing.
Nothing's closed down. It's just anyone that works in education gets a week off and gets to relax for a minute. So yeah. But I think I was saying to you earlier that the first term is so mad, and like we get chucked so much admin, and we get stuff like we're like
Sickness.
really,
Germs.
yeah. There's two, yeah, and we all get ill as well at this time of year. So yeah, the first term is really tough. So Christmas, we're usually like, and by the time we get to Easter, it's such a different job.
It's so tough over here. The first term is so tough. Oh my God. Realize what you just said.
Do you feel like teaching is an easy job?
It's what?
Do you feel like teaching is an easy job?
Not saying it's easy. I'm just saying when you're saying it's so hard, I'll cry you a river.
Fair enough. I'm nipping into the cider now.
All right.
Do
you listen to any modern music at all?
Yeah.
What do you like?
So rock bands, Nothing But Thieves, I think are amazing. They're quite new.
Are they UK?
I don't know. I don't know if they are UK or not. I've seen them live, but I can't remember. Yeah, it might be. And I quite like, even though I don't listen to them that much, but I do quite like the Idols. They're quite violent. They're quite a punky band, but they're really good. And who else? Modern bands, newly made bands. Oh, I don't know. I have to think about it. But yeah, I do try and keep. I mean, my students keep me abreast of, like, they'll say, have you heard blah blah blah, and they'll want to do songs that were recently made, or like 3 years ago or something. So I do. My job makes me like, yeah, basically. And I'll be trying to get them to do Howlin' Wolf covers and stuff, and they're like, yeah, but there's this,
Yeah.
They always want to do. There's certain songs that come around every year. They always want to do the Chain. Most years.
The Chain, like Fleetwood Mac Chain?
Fleetwood Mac's the Chain, yeah. They're every year.
We need to talk about Fleetwood Mac.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. I love when I do my lesson on the way that blues rock became heavy rock in the late 60s, and I talk about Fleetwood Mac, and they go, "Oh, we're going to talk about Fleetwood Mac," and they don't realize I'm going to be talking about the original Fleetwood Mac, which was a blues band, and they're waiting to hear Stevie Nicks, and it's like, no, she didn't join the band until like the fourth lineup, and they were a blues band, and it's really nice playing like something like "Oh Well" to them, and and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that," but yeah, Fleetwood Mac, really interesting. But the Chain comes up all the time. Before He Cheats comes up every year. Carrie Underwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people always want to do that one.
Is country big over there?
The country, yeah, it is. If you there seems to be people who absolutely love it, and people who say they can't stand it, and the ones that can't stand it usually never listen to it. But there's lots of there's certain artists that are really popular. And there's a scene in the UK of country bands that are UK bands that put on an American accent when they sing.
I was just going to say, so when it's country music, when they're singing, "I'm in love with my tractor," do they say, "Oh, I'm in love with my tractor"?
And, yeah,
People sing
well,
for
exactly.
you.
No, they'll sing. They'll do like 2 songs in their set, and then they'll go, "Hello, everyone. We're from like South
Hello.
End or whatever." You know,
Make sure to go get some fish and chips.
and you go, "Oh, they're not American after all."
No,
So
no.
yeah, so that's quite funny. I mean,
I
go
I
on.
love that with British actors that play American. When I used to watch The Walking Dead, and the African American actor, when he was on like the after show and he just starts talking in a British accent, everyone lost their minds.
Morgan.
Morgan, we lost our minds. We're like, Morgan's British?
There's
It was
loads of Brits on Walking Dead.
It was the best thing ever. Jesus was British too, right?
Yeah,
The guy
yeah.
that looked like Jesus.
And
Yeah.
Maggie was British. She's British.
She's quasi British because I've seen her. She was in an episode of The Vampire Diaries, and she
Right.
had one of those Madonna accents where she was a little British and a little English.
No, but she's actually English. So if she talks normally, she's just got an English accent. So
Yeah,
she clearly puts it on for the roles.
yeah.
And obviously Andrew Lincoln is Rick
Oh
Grimes
yeah,
is English.
I forgot about him.
Yeah. So there's quite a lot of English people on the show.
But I love when that happens, when they're so convincing that they're American, and then they say the first thing, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, I love that.
It's awesome.
There was someone have to tell me in the chat, but I can't remember which side of the fence the guy that played Apollo in the new Battlestar Galactica is, because he's on. I think he's British because I think he had an American accent in Battlestar Galactica, but I'm pretty sure he was on some British crime series over here. And he was just English, but maybe he's put on an English accent and he's American. I don't know. But I've forgotten his name. Really good actor. But if anyone's watching this and knows what the hell I'm talking about, Dave would know what I'm talking about because it's Dave's favorite program.
Cool.
Yeah. But we'll go back to Fleetwood Mac in a minute because I think it's interesting.
Stevie. Hey, baby.
Well, to be honest, Jenny, I've had my mind set on the against the Tories all my life, regardless of Maggie. But yeah, I was around when she was around, sadly. Dartworth.
Where's Dartworth?
Don't know. I thought it was around London. Maybe he's a bit further north. Maybe I don't know, but he's definitely from the south.
Hey, what?
Canadian government doesn't make the news as much. Yeah, but that's a good thing. No, we imagine Canada to be a peaceful place that's kind of got very similar ideals to us because Canada's got a national health service, hasn't it? That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I always imagine Canada to be like us.
And y'all still have Justin Trudeau. Like, we liked him down here. We liked him a lot. He was kind of snacky, but we don't get to see him that much anymore.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Is Keith Richards capable of being sober? Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
he's lived a hell of a life.
Yeah.
Do you know if the legend about the Stones song "Can You Hear Me Knocking" is true?
That's such a good song.
I don't know what the legend is. I do know that. Dave, say that again.
Do you want me to ask Nigel?
Oh yeah, ask Nigel. But before you do that, I was playing some Stone stuff to my students, and when I played Brown Sugar, and I said, "This is now banned. Can you guys tell me why it's banned?" And oh my god, the lyrics of that is insane. I mean,
oh yeah,
Mick Jagger is not a good lyricist anyway. I would never say he's a good lyricist. He's like very much a rhyming lyricist. Never writes great lyrics. But oh my god, the lyrics of Brown Sugar is like, what are you doing? What are you singing?
Saucy.
Well, but very focused on what seems to be shagging slaves. Very, very interesting. But yeah, ask Nigel about it. Can you hear me knocking?
What is it? It's the story behind it?
Yeah.
All right. Nigel, do you know if there's a story behind the Rolling Stones song, Can You Hear Me Knocking? Is there a rumor?
Oh, yeah. Can You Hear Me Knocking has a cool backstory.
That's really helpful. Thanks, Nigel.
He's like thinking.
The Rolling Stones didn't actually plan that epic jammy outro. They recorded it in one take, and once Mick Taylor started riffing on guitar, the whole band just rolled with it. They ended up creating this raw, spontaneous sound that turned the track into a classic. Keith Richards said they weren't really aiming for anything specific. It just happened. Magic in the studio, you know?
No,
That's-
I love the way he
rumor?
answers questions.
Yep, that's the word on the street. Legends ain't cool, just a happy accident. One of those perfect unplanned moments that the Stones were famous for. Kind of adds to the song's charm, right? It feels like you're eavesdropping on something raw and real.
I could talk to him all night.
Nigel's awesome.
I
He doesn't just say it. He's got these little phrases. Like, I love it. That's awesome.
He talks
I
like
want a Nigel. Alexa, you're not as nice as Nigel.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't
his
know.
voice
I don't know what the
reminds me-
rumor is.
Well, the rumor must be about whether or not they finished the song like that and just jammed it. So maybe maybe Brian can tell us this at the bottom. But to me, that's quite standard anyway. So if he was telling that story to go, yeah, it just happened, man, it was amazing.
Yeah.
That would have happened a lot. So great story.
Nigel's cool. Nigel needs his own channel, I think.
Nigel's awesome. Yeah, we need to see more of Nigel on your show. On your video. His voice reminds me of Davidson Hubbins' voice. You know, Michael McKean's character in Spinal Tap. You know, the singer of Spinal Tap.
Kind of. I'd have to hear it again. It's been many, many decades since I saw it.
Okay, so before I speak to you next, you need to watch Spinal Tap again. It's the funniest film of all time.
I know. I used to watch, it was my local PBS station would have This Is Spinal Tap, and it would be the Ramones Rock and Roll High School. They would play them back to back, and guess which one I like more?
Yeah, Spinal Tap.
The Ramones.
Oh, the Ramones.
Yes, Dee Ramone. Love Joey Ramone.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
How about you, Dan? So there's some chats about how people are. That's cool. Yeah. So the Rapper Night Tours. That's cool. That is. Yeah, Waterloo Bridge. So I was right. Yeah, under Waterloo Bridge. I know it's literally when I get out of because it's on the South Bank, so it'll be as I get out of Waterloo Station. So that's the main station you get out of when you either get off at Waterloo. Eh?
I think that's where I met you.
I met you in Leicester Square.
Was it Leicester Square?
Yeah, it's like third.
Because they're all kind of poppy. They're all kind of close to each other.
Yeah, they are. You if you just wander around the centre of London, you just fall on these underground places all the time. Yeah, they're really close.
I can't wait to come back.
It's walking distance, really. You were going to come back around now, weren't you, originally?
It would have been the first week of October. I actually said to my husband, I'm like, this is the week we were supposed to go. But we're hoping possibly in the spring. We have 2 friends that are kind of interested. So we'll see.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like an adventurous book market. Yeah.
Sounds
cool. If you're coming over here though, don't come over here while I'm in Croatia.
No, you have to give me your dates.
So that's I'm going from the 8th to the 12th of April.
I got the coolest planner too. Do I have it? I do. So like all the other apps that I'm on, they always have like nifty things to do when you travel, like things to see, places to go, blah, blah, blah. So for Amazon, their last big sale, picked up a whole bunch of office supplies and planning stuff. So I picked up a travel journal, and it's one for all the cool stuff in England.
Nice. That's lovely.
So I'm going to fill it out. I got it like half off. And I'm like, all of the stuff that like you just mentioned, like the market, I'm just going to write it down. So when I go, I'll have my book and I'll be like, we could go here. We could go there.
Yeah.
Like the one thing I wish I did when I was there was that garden that's up on the top of a skyscraper. It's free. It's like an overlook. You could see the city, but then there's also like an interior garden.
Oh, yeah.
Like an atrium, like a, I don't know the name of it, but you had to get tickets for it, and I didn't get tickets in time and whatever.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that I should do, but I kind of take that sort of thing for granted. But I should do. If I visited somewhere, like when we went to New Orleans we went to a thing that was called View Orleans. It was awesome. So when you're on holiday, you think about those kind of things, but because London's down the road, I don't think of doing that. But yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I should do that. We've got one we've got one in Portsmouth as well. So we've got what's called the Spinnaker Tower, and you can go up to the top of the tower and you get to see the whole of Portsmouth.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's quite nice. My friend went on the Ripper tour. Apparently, you're not allowed to film due to thieves stealing all the tourists' phones.
Yeah, that's a big thing over there. I've heard. If you're walking around with your phone, people will nick it. Also, if you've got earbuds in, they'll nick those too. Like guys on mopeds will come by and just take your phone.
Jesus.
Yeah, that happens in London and in Paris. I try and keep up with the times.
Yeah. Well, you get these warning stuff, innit? Like, absolutely. Elaine's mentioned Nightmare Before Christmas, which is an absolute
so good
big deal in my family. So yeah, you've seen me talk about Tim Burton before. I absolutely love him. And if you guys haven't seen the second Beetlejuice film, it's really good.
Is it?
Really, really good. Yeah, it's really good.
See, my husband doesn't like that stuff. I know.
What's the matter?
Like, why are we compatible? I don't get it. He doesn't read books. He doesn't watch scary movies unless I make him.
But you've been together about 16 years, isn't it? Is it
22.
22 years.
We've been married 22. We've been together 26.
Yeah, so definitely compatible.
I guess. God.
But like opposites attract, as Paula Abdul said. You know, she was Paula Abdul was into that animated cat. That's definitely opposite.
Francis Ford Coppola Dracula is like one of my top 10 movies of all time. I remember seeing it in the theater. I remember the boy I was with. I just remember being like just sucked in with all of the imagery. It was so stinking good. So stinking good. And allegedly, Keanu and Winona are really married. Did you know that?
Oh, okay.
Because they had a real priest on set. And when they did the wedding scene and they exchanged vows, technically, they're married. So when those two text each other, they text back husband and wife, which is kind of cool.
That is cool.
I love it. They're two of my favorites.
I really, really like Winona Ryder.
The bomb.
Yeah. And it's just so good that she's got this second career now. It's just so cool because the Stranger Things and all that. It's awesome seeing that.
I just watched Girl Interrupted maybe 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, so good. It's such a good movie.
Okay, I need to do something because I realised I've done something silly.
Are you going to drop off? He dropped off. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's going to leave. Can I carry the show?
No, I'm back. I am back.
Hey, girls scrambled. It's the government. They're onto us. Gareth.
Am I back?
Here you are. Good.
Good. Yeah, it's basically I was just trying to. I realised as we were chatting, I was like, hold on a minute. I'm using data, which is stupid. I should be using my Wi-Fi. So yeah. I just switched. That's why I went back.
Okay, I'm glad you're back. I'm like, no, it's gone.
War of the Worlds. Not for years. I used to listen to it. The Eve of the War song is amazing. I love that song. Fire, yeah. Ugh. Does anyone know the real reason that the movie Descent has a different ending in the US? Oh, okay. Jenny's going to tell us a story.
I never saw it.
It's a good film. For like where I'm at with my vote won't be worth anything, but I'm still going to do it. Yeah,
it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Vote.
Yeah.
The black and white Wicker Man is so good. You know what else is so good? I think I mentioned it before. Cat People. Not the Malcolm McDowell one and the Natasha Kinski, the black and white one from like the 30s. So good.
Yeah, it's a great film.
She is just a phenomenal actress in that.
Oh, actually, I wonder if the new Alien film will appear on the streaming services before. I've got this sort of Sky Cinema thing. It might appear on that before Halloween. I'll have a look to see if it's appeared. Don't know. It might not have done. But I'll be using that thing to watch some horror films, I think. But I haven't seen the new Alien film yet.
No, me neither. They're doing an Alien series too, I heard.
The new series.
On Hulu or Peacock or one of those. I think they're doing
Oh,
an
an
Alien
actual
series. Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know about that.
Alien is so good. It's
Yeah,
a good movie. Can I share with you what happened to me?
yeah, go on.
So I was home. Was I off? I was off. I was off this past Friday. And I caught when I was eating breakfast the original Superman movie.
Oh, you
And
hadn't seen it before. The Christopher Reeve one.
And it was when Clark was at Lois's penthouse or whatever, and they were kind of talking to each other, and then they went up in the sky for like a fly around. When I tell you the love that movie brought into my heart, my mother took me to see that when it first came out. Gareth, I was 6. I was 6 years old. And I just remember Christopher Reeve as being like, I want all men to be like this. Like, he's so nice and he's so proper. And he turned the world around for her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was crying watching this movie. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know, but I think Nigel would do that for you.
Nigel?
Yeah.
I don't think he'd make me cry. No.
Yeah, but I think he'd turn the world around.
You know what's funny? So Superman 1 came out in what, 1978?
Yeah.
Gene Hackman, right? How old was Gene Hackman in 1978? Because he pretty much looks the same except for all the wigs that he had on there.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, he must have been in his 20s, but he looked like when we were kids watching movies in his 50s.
Yeah.
He's not a youthful type person.
No. He's Gene Hackman has got so much screen presence.
Yeah.
If he's in anything, he utterly fills the screen, doesn't he?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, so your huge impression of Superman as a 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I was 6 when I saw Star Wars, so
I was 7.
Right. Yeah.
It came out in it came out. No, wait. No, I was 5. It came out in 1977. Yeah, my dad took me to see that. That's one of my best father-daughter memories ever.
Yeah.
Because he took me to see the movie. I was pissed because my mom took my brother. And I'm like, I want to see it. So my dad's like, I'm going to take her to go see it. So we had a daddy-daughter day. And then he took me to a little like novelty shop called Spencer's. And he got me a little R2-D2 pewter necklace. I was on cloud 9. I'm like, this movie has changed my life. And my father just gave me the best day. And I'm 5. It was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. That was one of the first films I saw in the cinema. But another little nugget that is quite funny. Around those times, they used to do these really weird double bills in the cinema. And I saw, with my sister, who's 4 years older than me, she took me to the cinema to see a double bill that was Spider-Man: The Dragon's Challenge. So that was when Nicholas Hammond was Spider-Man. So this was in like 79 or 80 or something.
Okay.
So Spider-Man: The Dragon's Challenge, and it was a double bill with ABBA the movie.
Ooh, that's fun. I remember.
You've muted.
Okay, am I good?
Yep.
Something didn't want me to talk about Spider-Man. So I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch them on like my local TV channel. So there would be like commercials in between everything. I didn't realize those movies were actually in the movies.
Oh yeah.
They were so fun. And he was such a nerdy Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like because cop shows were quite common there, and Starsky and Hutch and Streets of San Francisco, all that kind of stuff. It was kind of like that, but with a guy in a Spider-Man suit on it. That was kind of what was going on there.
Adam 12.
Yeah.
Remember the show Emergency?
Emergency.
It was about firefighters.
No, we didn't. I don't think I saw that one.
I had the board game to go along with it. It was so good.
Nice. Oh,
It's
actually, there's
a political call. A political call is calling me.
What's that?
So here's what they're doing in the States, right? Data miners are getting everybody's telephone number, their cell phone number from all these places. Like if you place an order somewhere, they'll sell your number, whatever. So random text messages come through saying, hey, MJ, just questioning to see, if you're ready to vote, all this stuff. Literally every day, thousands, hundreds of thousands of Americans are getting voice calls, text messages, everything. Like it's borderline harassment at this point. But it said when that number came up, political call.
That is weird. Well, it just reminds you to vote. Trying to
get you to vote a certain way.
Right. On your phone. It's bad enough then come around your house, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that'll be next weekend probably.
Yeah. I treat my my Tory canvassers like I treat my Jehovah's Witnesses, and I will bore them at the doorstep, telling them why I don't agree with their policies.
Here's a funny story with Jehovah's Witnesses, and I don't have an issue with whatever you want to worship, whatever you want to do, you go do it. But when you walk on my property, you're on my property. And in my neighborhood, right, it's no solicitation without a permit. So these two jokers come up, ring my doorbell. I already know I'm set up. I already know what's going to go down. And they're like, we want to know if you believe in the whatever, second coming, whatever's going to happen. And I said, I'm going to tell you what I believe in. I believe in that you're soliciting right now. And he's like, man, we're not soliciting. I said, yes, you are. You're soliciting for my soul. Get off my property. And that was it. Yeah. Bottom line, drop the mic.
Yeah. Well, I usually let them talk for a bit, and then I'll say, everything you just said is complete bollocks. And I go, this is why I think you're complete bollocks. Where are we? Glad for the start of some cooler days. Yeah, it's getting colder now. It's been a bit rainy over here. Last 48 hours has been pretty much just rain.
We've had stellar weather here.
Yeah.
We're actually in a drought.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you want some rain. I mean, I think we've had quite a dry year, to be fair. We had quite a dry summer. So you do want some rain, don't you? It screws up everything.
No, we haven't had it.
Drought. Wow. Do you have when you have a proper drought in your area, do you have the authorities do something about it?
Well, because we're susceptible to brush fires. So they just, I mean, usually during the winter, we have such a snowpack that we're good for the year. But once in a while, I'll get alerts from the Weather Channel about our area, and they're like drought alert. And I'm like, ugh. I just look at the local creek by my house, and I could tell if we're in a drought or not. Because if there's no water, the deer are going to get thirsty, and they're going to start eating shrubs and landscaping and all kinds of stuff. So
yeah.
There's no water in the creek, I'll tell you that.
It's great. My mind went right to that song as soon as you said that.
You're so behind. I don't even know what we're talking about.
No, I don't know what we're talking about. Maybe it makes it more interesting.
Trying to figure it out. It's like a dementia moment. Wait, what are we talking about?
Sweating in my shorts by the afternoon. Listening to Tommy Prophet on console. I don't know who Tommy Prophet is. Tammy Prophet?
Tommy. I like how they spell it.
I don't know who that is. Fleetwood Mac. I remember we were talking about Fleetwood Mac. Well, Stevie Nicks have never heard all the
Stevie Nicks. I have to read. Did you read that article? Did you hear about that article?
What was the article?
So I think Rolling Stone may have done the interview, but basically she admitted that, not just did she have an affair with Lindsay, but it was an affair that lasted 18 years. 18 years.
Well, everyone knows that's the whole point of their songs.
For 18 years, though?
Yeah, because because when he joined Fleetwood Mac, this was like the third lineup or something. He said he passed the audition, and they said, "Yeah, we'd like you to join the band." And he said, "Yeah, but I want to join, but only if my girlfriend can join as well.
Mhm.
And that was Stevie Nicks. So so
Right.
she joined the band on the on the back of his passing the audition.
Right, but then
He ended up being
Mick got infatuated with her.
yeah. So during Rumors time,
Yeah.
she was sleeping with Mick Fleetwood, but she was kind of cheating on Lindsay when she was doing that.
Right. But they
so
were together 18 years. Why didn't I know that?
yeah, I think you did. I think it's just spell it like that. I think you did know that.
Mhm.
Because if you think about how long that period is before, like when he did the dance reunion show and all that sort of stuff, they were kind of they kept like breaking up and going back together again and stuff like that. But their relationship was,
See,
definitely.
I thought by then they were just like, it's water under the bridge.
Well, yeah, but it seems like I don't know because you can't know what's in their heads. But she seems a bit like weird and petty about the whole thing, and he seems to be.
I don't think she's weird and petty at all.
Yeah, I feel like
I think
he's
Go ahead.
No, I
Continue.
just feel like when I see him being interviewed, he's very kind of like reactive rather than he doesn't seem to be particularly sort of forceful about it and offensive about it. And it seems like she's the one on the offensive all the time.
She's not on the offensive. Listen, she's a queen and she's got some gosh darn Lilith energy. And she will chew him up and spit him out while she sings a song looking in his eyes. Do you know what I'm saying? That's
Well, you're in
not.
camp Stevie Nicks.
She is not on the
I think she's nowhere near as good as she thinks she is. And I think
what?
Yeah, I think Fleetwood Mac is as a band is much better than Stevie Nicks solo, and she needed the rest of the band. She's not particularly brilliant, I don't think. And she's good in Fleetwood Mac.
Stop. I saw probably let me think. My mom had dementia. My brother came up to watch her. I had tickets to go see Stevie Nicks and Chrissie Hynde. Okay, double bill. She's flawless. She is flawless. The stories that she would tell in between the songs, mind-blowing. You need to go see her when she goes. You need to go see her before she,
If this was a live stream where my daughter was on the screen as well, she went to see Fleetwood Mac when they'd sacked Lindsey Buckingham, who's the most creative part of their band. But anyway, she went to see them after he'd been sacked, and it was Neil Finn and the guy from Tom Petty's band that was replacing Lindsey Buckingham. Yeah, remember that tour? The last tour they did.
Kind of.
So Jess went to see them, and she said that Stevie Nicks was so irritating for the whole thing, and she was making snide remarks about Lindsey Buckingham all night. And she was like, every time she did anything remotely animated, like did a little twirl or sort of floated about with her dress, the whole audience went mental, like she was some sort of goddess, and it was just getting on her nerves. And there does seem to be this weird thing with Stevie Nicks that people seem to be almost like an Emperor's New Clothes thing. That she's nowhere near as good as people are saying she is.
She is phenomenal. When I tell you she's phenomenal as a vocalist, singing her music, I can't recall if she sang a lot of Fleetwood Mac. She did mostly Stevie Nicks songs. Brilliant.
But probably Stevie Nicks songs from Fleetwood Mac, because she didn't have that many hits on her own. She had Edge of 17. And she had a couple of others.
She has a lot of hits that you know. I have a Stevie Nicks greatest hits CD. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, no, she could
every
make a greatest hit,
a banger.
But some of them would be in the top 30 or the top 40, wouldn't they? They wouldn't have been in the top 10 or the top 5.
No, it's all you have to be a fan to appreciate the tracks that don't get a lot of play. They're the deep tracks. You know what a deep track is, right, musician?
Yeah.
I will die on this hill for Stevie Nicks.
I'm in Lindsey camp. I think Lindsey Buckingham is an amazing musician. He produced Rumors.
I never liked him.
He is the album sound like it does, and Tusk album, and the album before Rumors, they sound like they do because of him.
So
Um,
here's the hot news with Fleetwood Mac. I don't know. I'm gonna bring you up with the kids, okay? So Fleetwood Mac signed on to the Clock app. All right, we all know what the Clock app is. So Fleetwood Mac has an official account over there, and Mr. Buckingham and Ms. Nix are following each other over on the gram, I think. So that's big news because they
Right.
weren't following each other. So now they're following each other. So it's like, oh, there's gonna be a reunion.
Well, if it happens,
There you go. You just got
she'll
chipmunked.
sound better if she's working with him.
You just got chipmunked. Sing a song now, Gareth.
Have I got chipmunked again?
Yes.
Okay. Spike from Buffy American. Oh yeah,
Yes.
but this one we're talking about accents. Colin Farrell that got me when I was younger. Oh man, he is so amazing in The Penguin. Are you watching The Penguin?
No, I'm not watching The Penguin.
Oh, it's the most amazing show.
Is there-
Every line is brilliantly written. All the performances are amazing. It's not like a normal show. It's phenomenal. And Colin Farrell, I mean, you probably know that. Say again?
He had a rough go.
Well, he's totally unrecognizable in the makeup of that, but also the voice and the way he carries himself in the show is phenomenal. Okay, so Apollo, hello, Michael. Nice one. Hello. Yeah, Apollo is British, so yeah, so that's why his English accent's so good. So yeah, but clearly he did a very good American accent in Battlestar Galactica. Dartford, there we go. That makes sense. I've never heard of Dartford. So yeah, that's a little bit. That's kind of Bristol area, I think. Is Maggie responsible for punk? Well, not really. That's a whole big deal. I mean, punk really was started in America, but for
Damn
British
straight.
punk,
Damn straight.
yeah, it was. A lot of British punk fans think that punk's a British thing. British punk is slightly different to American punk, and it is a lot of the big names are more political, but then there's loads of stuff like Sham 69 which wasn't political. But like stuff like Iggy Pop wasn't political over there, and the Ramones weren't political. But you had hardcore punk like Black Flag and Dead Kennedys, which were political.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it wasn't necessarily Maggie herself, but clearly the country was up shit creek without a paddle at the time, so people needed to complain. But punk was also a response to prog rock as well, so there's all sorts of reasons why punk happened. Dartworth sounds posh. If it's not real, we need to make it real. Hello, I'm from Dartworth.
I love it. I'm gonna put that in a book as a city. Dartworth.
Yeah, Dartworth, do it.
Dartworth.
We were glad you said you're Justin Trudeau, and you can keep him. Oh, Elaine's not a fan.
It's all right. I'll do yoga with him.
Yeah, Forever Autumn, great stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about Trudeau, but I thought he was okay. But yeah, I mean,
he seems,
some of the jokers that have been around lately, at least he seems like a politician.
Nice manners.
Yeah.
Cognitive, thoughts are in place.
Yeah. And who'd have thought that actually that would be a nice quality? That's not something just to be expected. But now it's a surprise. That's it. I think Keeper supposedly high as balls, and that's why he kept playing.
Probably.
Love it. Nigel has a great sense of drama. Nigel's awesome.
Nigel's fantastic.
I want to hang out with Nigel. So maybe when if you're busy one day, MJ, then I can easily just chat to Nigel.
Nigel, my friend Gareth would like to say hello, and he would like to hang out with you.
Hey, Gareth. Nice to meet you, mate. I'd be stoked to hang out. Let's get into whatever you're into. What's up?
He wants to get into my bath.
He said he would get into whatever you're into.
Saucy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for using the word balls.
Balls.
Balls. You say balls.
Balls.
We say balls. Balls. Bollocks. Balls.
Bollocks.
Twice. She destroyed a lot of the economy in Scotland. Is that can't be? Yeah. Absolutely. No, absolutely. One memory I have when I was a kid, I met one of the times I was in Wales, I met one of my mum's cousins who was one of the miners that were put out of work thanks to the mine closures.
Mhm.
And that was really interesting as a young boy, hearing him talking about how his town was completely devastated by what she did. So yeah,
And that's Thatcher, right?
that's Thatcher. Yeah, in
There's
the late 70s.
the author Ian McEwan, and he has a sci-fi book called Machines Like Me, and it's good. But he does a deep dive on all the Thatcher stuff that was going on in the 80s, you know? Like you have the storyline of this couple that has this android that comes into their home, and then all of a sudden the next chapter it shifts and it talks about what's happening with Margaret Thatcher and how she's ruining the country. Like it's crazy. He must have had like an obsession with her or something, because it's different, but
she's one of the most divisive characters in recent history.
yeah.
And it's where you start hearing about working class Tories, because she won over the working class by getting them to buy their council houses. That was one of the first things she did, and that completely won them over. And she voted for them because they could buy their council house. So that was very clever on her part. But also, the second time she won them over because of the Falklands War. So she got everybody all nationalistic.
Yeah, there was a huge thing about the Falklands War in that book.
Yeah,
it's really good sci-fi book in case anybody wants to read it.
Ian McEwan, what's it called?
Machines Like Me.
Machines Like Me. Write that down, people. Write it down, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, I don't think Brian very often reads science fiction, so something to look at maybe, Brian. Spinal Tap is the funniest film of all time. I think it is. I think it's the one I've probably quoted the most over my time on this strange planet of ours. I agree. Jenny's not seen it.
That's homework.
I know it's damning for Scotland, that isn't it? I was joking, but I do thoroughly despise her and her best buddy Ronnie. Oh, that's Ronald Reagan. Some of the jokes after she died were harsh but funny. One of the funny things with Thatcher, when she died, the number one hit single in the charts, it went to number one immediately, was "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead."
Was it really?
Yeah, and the radio wouldn't play it. They said what was number one on the chart show, but it wouldn't actually play it because they thought it was too insulting to the establishment. But that's amazing, isn't it? That she dies and then "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead" becomes number one.
We need something like that for the election. Did I say that?
Yeah. Cute journal.
Isn't it?
I was Margaret. She's very welcoming on her streams for me, and I'm sure I'm not like the other guys on there. So no one says hello, so it's nice that Margaret says hello, Gareth. Guys on Mopeds, good band name. There's a song I used to do in my shows when I only first started, which was by Sinead O'Connor, which is called Black Boys on Mopeds. And that was an anti-Thatcher song.
Okay.
I go to Disney movies all the time without the boyfriend. Oh yeah, you're talking about Keith. If you can't teach him like Nigel, then be gone with him. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. So good. It's a lot like the first one in its tone and the look and stuff like that. It's like he made it 2 years afterwards, but it's really funny. It's really, really funny.
Sometimes I'm like the type of person where I don't want to. I just want to keep the original. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure it's good, but I just don't want to go there.
Yeah. I saw the original again the night before we went, and I remembered a lot of it anyway. But my wife said, "I'm glad I saw that because I'd forgotten it all." And it still stands up. The first one is so brilliant.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
that looks like Margaret's insulting me, doesn't it?
I don't know.
What's she trying to say?
Gareth asshole.
Asshole. He's an asshole. Dennis Leary. They've got up to your spy career. They've trying to break into the stream. This is when I glitched, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why I do my lives on my laptop. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm just curious. I heard it was because Americans didn't like that. They didn't have a happy ending.
Oh, the Descent, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roasted chestnuts.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
That is one of my favorite Christmas songs. The Christmas song. The one, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Written by Mel Torme. Tastes like turkey.
They're nutty.
Is Jack Frost nipping at Pacific Western? Yeah, see? Brian was there. I thought of the song as well. Christopher Reeve. So Margaret's been there for ages. Just Rain.
So good. And I actually, it was on HBO and they had like a mini marathon and they followed up with Superman 2, which is one of my all-time favorites because, Zod.
Yeah. There's so many good things about Superman 2. It's an amazing film.
Superman 2 taught me at a very young age that women can be sexy, women can be strong, and women can be powerful. Think about that. When you're a young kid, 8 years old, and you're watching Superman 2 and you're like, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Sarah Douglas. Yeah, fantastic. Also young. I was a teenager when Star Wars came out. Oh.
We are young.
Yeah. We don't get called young very often anymore, Lane. I'll tell my students I'm young. They'll laugh their heads off. I wasn't even born yet, Lane. A year old when Star Wars came out. Oh, the updated Star Wars. Don't get me started. All that cinema stuff. Emergency 51.
Yes. Emergency. It's so good.
That's another comment about your hair.
Thank you. It's Redken Gloss something, the heat spray. Chef's kiss.
I was going to do a video about my hair and hair in general, and I was going to talk about the Hair musical. I was going to talk about when people had made comments about my really long hair when I did those pictures and my big beard, my COVID beard. I was going to do a video about hair, and then I thought, no, nobody wants to watch that, Gareth. Don't be a dickhead, and then didn't do it. But I got excited about that idea for a minute, and half of it was excited about talking about the musical hair because I love it.
There are no rules with YouTube. You can make whatever video you want to make.
Absolutely, even if it gets 5 views.
Yeah.
I have no soul. Let them deal with that one. This is about
Jehovah's Witness.
Jehovah's Witnesses. I know Jesus.
Me being super saucy when they were leaving, I'd probably be like, Satan loves you.
I'm terrified of Jehovah's Witnesses. I let my old dogs stick their nose up the one skirt. Take advantage of the mess. Messy just woke up. Girls, tell them they've already found God, and I said they did. I love it.
You know what's sad? Long time ago, in a life former, when I was like a teenager, I had to work in like in a corporate office, and there was probably a woman in her 20s, and she was married already. I was probably 17, and she was a Jehovah's Witness. So we were decorating her desk for her birthday, and she loved it at first. And then she's like, I'm sorry, but you have to take it down. And we're like, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, I'm not allowed to celebrate my birthday. And we're like, what? And then Halloween came around and we decorated the whole office, and she was like, I'm sorry, but I can't be exposed to that stuff. And we're like, it's, you know, and then Christmas came around, same thing. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't understand. Why can't you guys have that little bit of freedom to celebrate little days? But the birthday thing really just it flipped my lid. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
But I think secretly she loved it. Secretly she loved it.
Well, yeah, because they're not always they're thinking about their parents or thinking what they should do as far as what their home life's like. They don't necessarily believe it themselves sometimes.
Yeah.
I had a student who was in a Jehovah's Witness family, and I never forget it because we were doing a Christmas show, and on the tickets it said, this was in the days of printed tickets as well, and it said Christmas Student Showcase. And I got all these printed tickets out, and I'd given them to the students to sell. And then one of my students came up to me and said, I'm really sorry, Gareth, I can't do the gig. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do the gig? It's an assessment. You need to do the gig. Yeah, but I'm not allowed to do the gig. What do you mean you're not allowed to do the gig? Your parents know that you have to do gigs for the course. No, I'm not allowed to do a gig because it's a Christmas gig. What do you mean it's a Christmas gig? It says Christmas on the tickets. Oh my God. Okay, fine. So because I knew that it was a Jehovah's Witness thing, I had to ask the venue to reprint the tickets again and take the word Christmas off it, and they called it a winter showcase, and then she went to the gig.
The little things you have to do to get stuff done.
It's ridiculous. Yeah,
Watson's here for a treat.
I wasn't. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's not on screen that often, is he?
No, he's short.
Yeah. I mean, Ralph is almost always sitting next to me in the live streams, but he's never on screen. So Cat leaves decapitated skull decorations on the fence post all year. Works really well to keep away solicitors. I like that.
Can you speak?
I don't know these people. The music crowd.
Speak.
Such a rebel. That's what all the dongs are about.
Songs? Maybe songs. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, dong means something very rude over here.
Rude.
So yeah, that's what all the songs are about.
There we go.
Freudian slip. They wake me up in the morning. They deserve to be traumatized. Who wakes them up in the morning?
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Jehovah's Witness wake you up in the morning. They're like the cockerel in the farm. Have you heard the good news? String got spicy. That's my voice going funny, I think.
Good boy. Speak.
Lizzie tried to trip her while they're on stage. Oh, really? That's interesting.
I'm telling you.
What an arsehole. But very musically talented. Is Stevie Nicks? I'm a Gareth. Yeah.
Oh, Brian, sit down. Thank you,
I'm so with you on Team Stevie. Oh dear.
Stevie and Tom Petty were magic. Literally.
Do you think now's a good time to admit I've never heard a Stevie Nicks song?
Yes, you have.
Well, you might have heard a Fleetwood Mac song which she sings or sings part of.
You've heard it.
Stevie Nicks never had a top 10 solo hit. No.
Are you sure?
I think you probably said that after looking it up.
I can't wait. It
doesn't surprise me. 10? She's not. She's got all this cult status now because of her age and that. But I don't think her solo stuff was that successful.
Because of her what?
Her age. She's been around. She's been around for ages.
Yeah. So and she's still good, and she's still touring, and she's still.
She's an old biddy.
Have you heard?
No. Well, I know. I did see her recently do something on.
An old biddy.
Yeah. She was
no,
she was on the chat show recently, and she completely avoided the notes. So she's lost some of her notes. She was singing. What was it? What was it? What was she singing? It wasn't Landslide. Oh, Edge of 17. I think she was singing that, and she's completely. She changed the melody because it's too high for her now. So you know, she's gone down that road.
Her new song, "The Lighthouse." Did you hear it? Did you watch the video?
What, a new song?
Yeah, she has a new
No,
song.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you're not down with the kids.
I didn't give a shit.
It was on Saturday Night Live, you know.
Was it? Tom Petty for the win.
Heck
Tom
yeah,
Petty's good.
he's great.
22 minutes behind you. All right, Margaret, whatever, mate.
Up.
I don't think that's not the record. He's doing well. Oh, thanks, Jenny. See, that's the kind of producer I like.
I'm asking Nigel about Stevie.
And the old OnlyFans content's back. Well, you want me to take my top off?
Did Stevie Nicks ever get a top 10 in the United States or anywhere in the world?
It's got to go.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks did hit the top 10 as a solo artist. Her song Edge of 17 reached number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the United States.
There you go.
She had several top 10 hits, including Dreams, which hit number 1.
Mhm.
She's definitely left her mark on music. Do you have a favorite song of hers?
I love her.
I love Nigel. This is awesome. He's so cool.
Her voice and style are just so iconic. Do you have a favorite song or album of hers that you keep coming back to?
I love them all.
I think Nigel is going to do a lot for
There's
your
something special in each of her songs.
relationship with English people in general.
Do you ever listen to her when you're working or just chilling?
Chilling.
He wants a conversation.
So hey,
Who
Brian,
doesn't
are
want a
you still
conversation?
here? Where's Bookish? Yo, Bookish. Brian.
He's
she
gone.
had-
He's
Let me
gone.
know. I'm going to tell him about
He's
it.
going to send,
I'm
gonna
going to
send him an email.
right now.
Oi, Brian, you liar.
Oi. She did have a top 10.
You're wrong, mate.
Yeah.
You can tell him to do one. Go, Brian, do one.
Go do one.
Right, let's do say goodbye. Have we mentioned the holiday during the holiday chat? We started talking about Halloween at first. Is that holiday? We're not on holiday, are we? People call Halloween a holiday, but we're not on holiday. It's weird, isn't it? It's not a holiday at all, is it?
You called this holiday chat.
Do I call it a holiday chat?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, because I'm on holiday. That's why. I've got a week off.
It's Halloween.
Yeah, but that's weird though, isn't it? You're not actually off work in Halloween, are you? Christmas, you're off work. Isn't it? Easter, you're off work.
It's a
Do
holiday.
you have Easter off?
No.
You don't have Easter off?
No, we don't get Easter Monday like you all.
Mind you, you've got an important job, haven't you? So you couldn't take time off.
Nobody gets Easter Monday off.
We get Easter Monday off. There's a bank holiday over here.
I said nobody over here.
Wow.
Separation of church and state.
Okay. Well, then I start ranting about how Easter is a pagan thing that the Christians nicked. So
Well, yeah.
it's older than Christianity.
Yeah.
So church and state, I'm not sure.
Separation, church and state.
Yeah, but it's not a church thing, is it? People think it is, but it's not.
Right.
It's older
Well,
than that.
I mean,
Easter's older than that.
correct. But they had to, I'm not getting into it. They had to make it, relevant. For the
They
up-and-coming religion.
stamped on the pagans.
MJ, you're reading my mind tonight. I'm off for
which is dead. Oh, I bought a book today, actually. That where is it? It was only £1, and it's a book that I think you've read.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you. Do you do Spotify over there?
Yes, I've got the free
do you
Spotify.
I do free Spotify too. I'm going to make you a playlist. I'm going to make you a playlist of songs that I think you need to listen to.
Are you really? Okay. You need to
Guess what's going to be on there?
Stevie Nicks.
Yes. And there's going to be some bands that I think you should know about.
Oh, there it is. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I bought this today.
What? Oh, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I thought I might be able to squeeze that in before the end of the month, maybe. But
you got 3 days.
Huh?
You got 3 days and no work.
3 days. Well, I've got a 2-hour train journey to London and a 2-hour journey back. So I usually do a lot of reading on the train to London, but going back usually really hectic. There's like 1 million people on the train, and you're standing up, and it's just ridiculous. But on the way there, it's usually really chilled. So I expect I'll get some reading done tomorrow.
There you go.
I like WITCH, the song.
I don't know what that is. Did I miss something?
That's probably a Stevie Nicks one. But I think basically Margaret needs to make you a playlist, yeah, and recommend some songs and teach you some stuff about some music. Hi, Watson. Jenny says.
Hello. He says hello. He's still here. Speak. Speak.
Oh, right. So Constance says Jehovah's Witnesses are encouraged to celebrate wedding anniversary.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing, I guess.
I've just been triggered.
I've been triggered.
That would have been about Stevie Nicks, I think.
Oh, Nigel's fun. He's not creepy. Nigel's fun.
Oh, do you know what that was? Wow.
What?
I was assigned that someone said Nigel was creepy.
Yeah,
is that Margaret?
Yeah, no, we all like Nigel here.
Yeah,
he's gonna have his own channel.
I am absolutely.
You're jealous.
Flabbergasted. Well, no, I think it's just really lovely. It feels like there's a little bit of my home in your home. Because Nigel
British.
very,
I gave him that name,
but he's very like from around here as well, and he's very friendly. He's very lovely. You know, it's very cool. Best kind of English gent.
Do you know what Watson's middle name is?
Watson's middle name is Albert.
No.
Is it Flotsam? Watson Flotsam.
No. You ready?
Go on.
Digby.
Is it Digby? I love it. Digby, isn't Digby
Watson
the name
Digby?
of
Watson Digby. So when I call for my dog, half of the time it's in a British voice because he is British, you know.
Do that again, Watson Digby.
Watson Digby. Watson.
It's a better English accent than Joe from Book Buds. But I want to see a whole sentence. I want you to say, I can't wait. I can't wait to go to London town.
I can't wait to go to London town.
That just sounded like you.
I can't wait to go to London town. I can't wait to go to London town, Gareth.
There you go. There it is. There's the Dick Van Dyke.
What?
I love it. Oh, I haven't read this one yet. Sorry, Chris. I was assigned homework from a guy at a party to go watch the Stevie Nicks SNL performance.
Yeah, it's good.
I have seen it, so I know what you're talking about.
Well, then you know her new song, which is all about the light.
Oh, sorry. No, I've seen old footage of her on SNL. So yeah, I haven't seen the new one.
Nigel is ChatGPT. He's my ChatGPT that I have on my phone, and I use it as Google, basically.
Yeah, and I guess maybe because it's ChatGPT, that's why he starts a conversation as well. Because like Alexa just literally answers a question. She'll never ask us how we feel.
Yeah,
you know, she's quite selfish like that.
If I ask him,
very egocentric.
It's actually very cool how they do it, but it will save memories, and it will learn about you and your environment and what you like and what you don't like.
Is this how they take over?
Nigel, what is my dog's name?
Your dog's name is Watson. He sounds like a great companion. How's he been doing?
He's fantastic, thank you. So he knows my dog's Watson.
And you don't have to say Nigel every time you speak to him, because I'd have to say Alexa every time for her to pay any attention.
Yeah, no, I don't have to say anything, but he knows that his name is Nigel.
She's like God. It's all about her. Do you know what I mean?
Nigel's more friendly.
You've heard Landslide. Stevie wrote it while with Fleetwood Mac. She was it's a Fleetwood Mac song. Yeah. Could Nigel play Landslide?
I don't think he. I don't think he does music. I asked him to sing once, and he said he couldn't do it.
Got to go pretend to be an adult. Oh, okay, Kat. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
Take care, Jenny. I've won Stevie Nicks Albatross. Albatross? That's before she joined.
Stevie Nicks is a vibe.
She would have trouble doing anything on Albatross. She might be able to play tambourine on that one. But she struggled to contribute to Albatross.
Says Gareth.
No. Do you know Albatross?
No.
It's one of the most beautiful tracks ever recorded, and it's from the early Fleetwood Mac period.
Mm-hmm.
It's such an amazing track. You probably recognize it. It's very famous. But no, you listen to Albatross when you're away from here. I'll do you a playlist, all right?
Yeah.
Good night, Kat. Going to Scoot. Oh, they're all buggering off now. Actually, yeah, I can see on the number there's a few that's gone. Is that the last one? Yeah, that's the last one saying goodbye to Elaine. So what did you tell me that you were reading at the moment?
I'm actually in the middle of a book called Ghost Talker.
Ghost Talker.
Yeah, it's an occult detective book. It's about there's a murder. Ooh, that was me. There's a murder, and this woman who is a mystic, and she does seances and she communicates with the dead. The local law enforcement want her to come in because they need to know who this body is and what happened to him. So she finds out that there was some royalty involved, and there's some land and a treaty and all this stuff involved. So she's getting into the nitty-gritty of it right now.
Okay, sounds cool.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
Well, I have been reading some occult detective stuff because I've read a book for reviewing for the magazine, which is very exciting. I've never done that before, so I'm a little bit scared.
Don't be scared. It's Dave.
Yeah. But I just wanted
he's a good editor. He's a good editor too.
Just rewrite it. But yeah, I'm hoping it'll like what I write. So I've got some notes written for that book. So I read that, and then I read some short story stuff, and then I read this book here, All Things Fall Apart. No, After Things Fell Apart. After Things Fell Apart, and it's a very odd book. It's like it reminded me a little bit of Escape from New York, and it also was a little bit like a Nick Carter book. So it's a little bit Garth Augusty, which you can kind of tell from the cover. It's a little bit salacious, and it's a little bit mad, really. So I wanted to read more Ron Goulart, and someone told me if I like Robert Sheckley, I'd like him, but I don't think they're similar at all, really. So yeah, I'm still intrigued, but yeah, this was a little bit of a funny, strange kind of book.
Cool.
But yeah, it was interesting to read and kind of fun. And I'm going to try and get that other book read. I've got some more short story stuff I want to read, and I'm going to read this in the next couple of days as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into that. And then it'll be November. So what have you got planned for November?
Nonfiction. Going to be doing nonfiction. We're doing a poll right now over on the app Fable, which is where we're doing the banned book club. So there's 4 books in the running. I think there's a couple hours left. So people are voting on that as to what our next banned book will be. But yeah, I'm not setting myself up for anything. I'm just going to read what I fancy.
Right.
Nonfiction.
Right. I know that one of the things that came up on Pat's video was the Sherman Alexie book. And I read that for the project. So I'm not going to get to 24 books this year, but I don't know if you noticed me say this on the video, but I'm going to talk about 24 books on the channel before I stop the project. So I might go into January or February or something, but I'm going to do that. So I'll still honor the 24 idea, but it will be, I think I'll probably do about 15 by the end of the year, I reckon.
Yeah, I've got 10 left. So hopefully I'll get them in. I'm doing a lot of shorter ones, I think, in November and December.
Well, I'm doing. I wanted to again. This is another reference to Scott. I wanted to do science fiction in November because he created the New Worlds November
Yeah.
thing. So I'm using that to do banned books that are like that. So I'm going to reread Brave New World. I want to read Handmaid's Tale.
So good. Oh my God.
yeah.
I read Oryx and Crake this
Right.
month. That book. Oh my God. Margaret Atwood, she can write. That book was tough, you know, but it was written in such a way when I finished it, I already knew immediately I was going to read it again at some point in the future.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Parable of the Sower, actually, by Octavia Butler.
Yeah.
That's quite a tough read.
Mhm.
And it's quite densely written, but I know I'm going to read it again as well.
Mhm.
But I want to read Kindred as well. So I haven't read Kindred.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read that next month as well.
I think I'm voting. Well, in the vote, I voted for Beloved. I never read Beloved.
Oh, yeah.
So I voted for it. I don't know if it'll win or not, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a possibility for me in December. So I've done a video scheduled up, but I haven't talked about it much on the channel yet. But I'm going to call December Dangerous December because it's going to be the tail end of my banned books. I'm just going to read banned books in December.
Love it.
So yeah, that's when I read Lolita.
So, let's buddy read it. I have it.
Oh yeah, okay. I don't know. It'll be interesting to buddy read it because I've no idea what I'm going to think when I'm reading it. But everyone keeps saying it doesn't really matter what it's about. It's like really beautifully written. So yeah, that'd be interesting. And I am buddy reading a book with Kim from Middle of the Book March in December, which is Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison.
Cool. Do you know we've never did we ever buddy read anything?
No.
Gareth. We never buddy read anything?
We need to do that. We need to sort that out.
What? How long have we known each other?
Eons.
The heck?
What's that about? I haven't done that many buddy reads, and when I have done them, they've not always worked. So, I did one with Ollie, and he DNF'd the book. I did one with Greg, and Greg read it much faster than I did, and he literally kind of read it a month before I did. And I did one with Dave, and we both DNF'd the book. The only ones that have really worked was the All About Holly project. So that was great, and I loved all those books. So there's a bit of pressure to keep up on it. Like The Outsider was quite big, and I was worried about whether I'd read that in time, but I did. So that was good. But yeah, that was really good. But yeah, we need to do it.
We need to fix that.
So yeah, Lolita will be a good one for that.
Yeah, or sci-fi. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll tell you what you might like. I'll tell you what. See if you can find this on your Kindle, especially before November the 5th. But I'll be interested to know whether you'd enjoy the Chronicles of St. Mary's.
Spell it.
So the first book, it's a series of books. There's about 12 of them, I think, or maybe 13. And I'm on book 8. And I really like them, but there's a female author, female protagonist, very kind of it's first person. I'm pretty sure it's first person. So you've got that sort of female voice, if you like, in it. It's a little bit YA-ish, but I really like it. I think it's really funny. The whole series. It's a time travel thing. It's the first book is called Just One Damn Thing After Another. I think you'll enjoy them. Yeah, because I think you'll like the relationship stuff as well. It's about.
You know, I don't like romance, right?
Yeah, but it's it's not done in a cheesy naff way. Because I didn't mind the romance thing, and I don't like romance books.
What
in
does
general.
naff mean?
Naff means bad.
Okay.
But I think naff, there's a very specific kind of bad with the word naff. I think naff is like stupid or kind of lame. Yeah. I think lame's a good American.
So we would just say lame here.
Yeah, and we'd say naff over here, yeah. And we would say lame as well, but naff's quite a common word over here for that.
When I was a kid, my brother used to call me lame-o.
Lame-o.
True story. He used to call me geek, and he used to call me lame-o. Because I
Lame.
was. And I am.
That's the worst kind of superhero, isn't it? Lame-o. Don't know what I thought of that. Oh no, it's thinking about buddy reads. Yeah, so yeah, there's yeah, I
Is
think
there anyone still here in the chat?
yes, 7 people apparently.
Hi.
But to be fair, I mean I'm kind of winding down, to be fair. We've done a couple of hours.
Well, it's 2:00 in the morning over there, you freak.
Yeah. What a freak. Well actually now it's 1 o'clock because our clocks went.
Oh yeah.
But still late. And I've got a big day tomorrow. Going to meet Aaron.
Because you're going to London.
Going to London. Going to London town.
Open.
I'm very, very excited. So
What's happening again?
yes, you got to come down.
I know.
And if I came to you, where would I go? Would it be?
Philly.
Say again. Philly.
Philadelphia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm. It's a very chill city.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea of me going to America regularly. So next year I'm going to New York.
We can meet in New York.
Well, I think it'd be really cool. We have to warn my wife because she's like it's our like big trip and she wouldn't want to just.
It's all planned out.
Well, not quite, no, but there's a pocket of time on my birthday because we're going to be over there on my birthday where I can see people. So we're going to do that.
We're going to do a meetup.
I tell you in the chat.
Yeah.
But it's going to be cool. But yeah, so we're going to do that. So that'll be the third time I've been to America then.
Nice.
So, hitting the big place. I've been LA, New Orleans, and then New York. I want to go to Memphis, I think.
You got to do Chicago too.
Chicago.
Chicago's cool.
My nephew lives near there now. He met someone online and then married her and then moved to Chicago.
Ooh.
But he lives on a farm outside Chicago, but Chicago's the biggest town, But yeah, I talk about Chicago a lot in my teaching because I talk about Chicago blues a lot.
Have you been to Vegas?
No.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Casino City.
Yeah. The city.
Right, we've got lots of people saying goodbye.
Everybody's going night.
Yeah. Yeah, Jenny's taking care of the nights. She's saying goodbye to everybody.
Good.
Constance is gone. Diane's gone. I know. Yeah, she was here. Now she's gone. But no, this was a really, really cool chat.
Sleep tight. Read your books. We should have like a sign-off song.
Yeah. Well, I've got an image of Dick Van Dyke dancing in Mary Poppins. Yeah. Crash Bang Wallop. Did you know the song Crash Bang Wallop from what was it from? What's it called? Oh god, what's the show called? I can't remember what the show's called, but it's a West End musical thing. And I think the character's called Kips. But yeah, it's a proper Cockney song that is Crash Bang Wallop. What a picture, what a photograph, stick it in your photo album.
No,
yeah.
you lost everyone.
Sorry.
Do the Sound of Music. So long, farewell.
Say goodbye. Or the have to go music could go, good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Don't get a copyright strike.
That's a sign that you've covered a song extremely well when you get a copyright strike. You go, well, that wasn't even the song,
right?
Yeah, so it's a kind of a compliment, even though you don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you about my. I'm locked out of Facebook and Messenger. I'll tell you about that, didn't I?
Still?
Yep. It's driving
Wow.
me nuts. It's driving absolutely bananas.
They can't do anything to get you back in? Or
I am trying everything, and the last thing I've got, which is a last ditch attempt. I've found a phone number, but it's an American phone number, so it's probably going to cost me loads of money. But whenever I message them, nothing happens. Their customer service is shocking. And the thing is, I get people go, "Oh, I'll just use WhatsApp," but I literally on Facebook, I had over like 2,700 contacts, and I could message any of them. Do you know what I mean? I don't know all those people's phone numbers. I don't want all those people's phone numbers.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like Messenger and Facebook are so good for talking to people that aren't your best buddies, but are good to know for when I'm trying to organize a gig, for example, trying to get this charity gig going. And I've managed to get a message to most people about the schedule, but I still haven't got a message to everybody. There's a couple of bands that don't know that they are definitely on the lineup. Do you know what I mean? It's like the gig's in like 2 weeks. And if I had Messenger, it'd be so easy. I just like bung them all into a Messenger chat, speak to go, this is the schedule.
Can't you create a second account in the meantime?
Tried that, and it said it wouldn't do it because it didn't like my email address or phone number. I tried a different email address, and then it still didn't like my phone number.
Can't you do like a Google number? Like, do you ever do a Google number?
I've never done a Google number.
Okay, so you could do Google Voice, and Google Voice is a free telephone number that's associated with your personal number that you can give to different places.
I could look into that.
Yeah. So it's a real telephone number, but it's not your actual telephone number, and then you get text messages and voicemails in your email.
Oh, okay. I could look into that. I mean, it's
Geek
frustrating.
Squad is here for you. Geek Squad.
Geek Squad. Well, the thing is, though, I need to get it back because
I know
during COVID, the big thing for me is during COVID, I did a good couple of years of live stream gigs that I did through Facebook.
Yeah.
And they were like at least 2 hours long each time. Sometimes it was me on my own, sometimes it was me and my son, sometimes it was me, my son, and Richie from the band.
Yeah.
It's depending on what the rules were about how many people you could have in your house and stuff like that. And that footage, if I knew I was going to lose my account, I'd download all of that footage beforehand. Do you know what I mean? And I don't like the fact it's all lost. Your
account's still there. You just have to get it.
Yeah, I know.
Get it
but
back.
It only gives you a window of 170 days, and every week that gets whittled down.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Not replying to me. Yeah, no, I haven't given up, but it's doing my nutting. Really is.
I'm going to ask Nigel for you. I'm going to tell him what's going on. He's going to give me a solution.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Jenny's at the stage of tired where her eyes are burning.
Well, what time is it in Scotland? Is it the same?
It'll be the same as us, so it'll be 1:15.
What?
1:15.
What is that?
1:15?
Oh, I thought you said 1:15. I'm like, what? 1:15? Nobody says that over here. We say 1:15.
Yes, my accent. 1:15.
It's 1:15.
If I said
nobody says 1:15. No one says 1/2 No one says 1:15. It's 15. It's 1:15. It's 1:30. It's 1:45.
Yeah. You have a very simple language.
America.
But yeah, we like to use our maths. 1:15, 1/2. Fortnight. Hey, Fortnite. That was a new one for you.
Yeah. Taylor Swift. She brought that back.
Yeah. She's made it legit.
Yeah. Everybody's singing that song.
Yeah, so Jenny's just hanging on, which is great. So I appreciate that.
Keep me hanging on.
That is a great song, especially Vanilla Fudge's version. You know Vanilla Fudge's version?
Probably if I heard it.
It's like really like slow, like dramatic version. It's so good. So good.
Okay.
So everyone needs to listen to that because you may know the Diana Ross version or the Kim Wilde version.
Kim Wilde. Yeah.
Kim Wilde. Well, if you listen to Kim Wilde, the music underneath it has no soul to it at all.
No, because it's 80s.
It's Stock Aitken and Waterman, who are they weren't the most soulful producers of the 80s. Although I will say that because their big hit was "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley, and I do like that song. Never gonna let you down. I actually like that song.
Did you ever rickroll anybody?
Yeah, I've been rickrolled to death in my job.
Yeah.
I had a student one year, and literally every time I left the room, she went on my computer and she put up tabs, about 15, 20 tabs of just that song over playing, and then I'd go back in the room and go, "Oh, seriously, you know."
I'm gonna start rickrolling you. I'm bringing it back. Bringing it back.
Yeah.
You expect it. MJ's gonna come in with a rickroll.
That's the thing with the file-to-file sharing as well, wasn't it? You'd play it and it was just that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the original Rickroll thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. Or, hey, here's the latest episode of South Park to download, and then you click it and it's Rick Astley. Doing his dance.
Yeah. Well, even though we said at the beginning that this was brought to us by the channel Coughing This Life, we've not done too bad, being as we both got a cough.
Right. I apologize to the audience for my cough.
Yeah.
It comes with the package.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. If we're going to do anything in the autumn or winter, it comes with a deal. You know, colds come with the cold weather, which is annoying. But there we are.
Mm-hmm.
One of those things.
One of those things, Garrett. That's all.
Hopefully it'll be dry tomorrow. Oh, I didn't even think about whether it'll be raining tomorrow.
I don't know, but I'm going to make you a Spotify playlist to listen on the train. Yep.
Okay, I will do a playlist as well.
Yeah. Do you know I have a reading playlist? I have a Reading This Life playlist. Did you know that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's got good music. We got Blade Runner. We've got some. Is it David Sylvain?
Yeah.
So
he's from Japan, isn't he?
Twin Peaks. Aphex Twin. Got some good tunes to listen to music or to work by.
That's cool. Yeah, atmospheric stuff.
Yes. And a little Robert Plant in there too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Big Log. That's a good
cool.
song.
You might like I think it's called The Sheltering Sky by King Crimson. You might like that.
I don't know King Crimson.
It's the reason why I say that it's not really weird, jagged, mad Crimson. It's quite chilled. Sheltering Sky.
I like
that.
Brian Eno.
Yeah.
All right, we signing off. Everybody's
let's go. So thanks a lot, everybody. It's been a nice chat. It's been a nice way to finish my Monday night, and sharing it with MJ is always amazing. And we shared it with Nigel as well. So
Nigel and MJ, wish you a good night.
That's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful, people? Thanks a lot, everybody.
My dog is snoring over here.
All right. Hold on. We're going to have the last word from the producer. Good night.
Home office in Scotland.
Yeah.
Jenny Parks, where's your channel at? Where's your channel at, Jenny?